It's week 2 of the NFL, and all eyes are on Jared Goff. You can't ask for much more than his last game, a 5-touchdown effort. It's the Lions and the Hawks, and it comes your way next.
First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Today, after a topsy-turvy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here, as it'll be the Seattle Seahawks taking on the Detroit Lions.
Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Lions team entering play. They come in off a loss in the opener last week. That one was on the road. Now they get their first taste here of home cooking.
And what they're hoping to do is feed off the energy of the home crowd. Great tailgate, great fan support. Let's see if they can put it to good use.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Seahawks. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
Well, the Lions offense getting ready to go to work here, and under center, a man whose career has been rejuvenated a bit as of late. And season number 8 now out of Cal, it's Jared Goff.
And he comes off an incredible performance in the opener, 5 touchdown passes. Now look, you always want to start strong, but I think that's more than anyone, including himself, could have expected.
They're coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. Now the former Bear, this is David Montgomery.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards on the gain. A great start for this offense. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Goff.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
He was trying to find Marvin Jones that time. And it's 2nd down.
You talk about this Seahawk defense.
They are number 2 in the NFL against the run right now, Charles.
We know it's only week 1, but the results are pretty good so far. The key is, can they do it week in and week out? Because right now, they're not awarding any championships or trophies after 1 week of performance. Got some nice young faces playing for them. Let's see if they can get this going.
Here now, a 3rd down and 8.
Here's Goff. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense.
Holding offense.
So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it. Brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away.
A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field.
So the Seahawks ready to take over on offense. And it is a first-time Pro Bowler who leads them out, Charles, in his 11th year now, Geno Smith.
And he was terrific in the opener, threw 3 touchdown passes, and make no mistake about it, he was eager to get right back out and do it again. So I think we'll see him try to test the secondary quite a bit as this game goes on.
A man who played collegiately over at East Lansing, it's Kenneth Walker III.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down.
Great pickup by Walker. It was the 2nd back off the board in the 2022 draft. But he was first among rookies in carries, yards, and touchdowns, and was the Rookie of the Year runner-up.
Back to Walker on 1st down.
Heck of a broken tackle and able to work this down near the 23.
The numbers on the ground for Walker a week ago.
Well into the triple digits, and they'll take that every time out.
What I loved was just how decisive he was running the football. Coaches like guys that go north and south. They don't like the east-west guys, the juking and the jiving. 1 foot in the ground and cut.
They run a draw here on 2nd down. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, Smith. They'll roll him out right. He completes this to Walker. And this carry terminated at the 8-yard line. Good stick skill showing the power, but just not much room to operate. So the completion good for 7 there, and it'll be second down. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. They'll try for the first with Walker. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. First and goal from just inside the 5. Walker with another carry. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3.
It is definitely hard to find space near the goal line. You always want to have a guy in the game running it who can create his own.
Second and goal from the 1. A shotgun snap for Smith. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Lions are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
Well, Brandon, as they say in popular culture, this one's going to leave a mark because they can see the end zone, but it'll stay out of reach because of their error. All their offensive teammates have to give the quarterback right now a little bit of encouragement because what's done is done. Let's get them next time out.
It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Devin Bush sprinting behind the line to track down the ball carrier. To throw on second down is gone. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down. You talk about this Seahawk defense. This unit, they're hoping to improve against the pass because right now, Charles, number 27 in the NFL.
And those are the kind of plays that this unit needs to make because they know that going against a team of this magnitude and the way that they're playing, they cannot afford to let them get on a roll early, chip away at their timing.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you're coming off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession, it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
A beautiful fake. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Kenneth Walker headed back out there. And a week ago, as you get a look at the numbers, well over 100 yards, he was on fire.
He was on fire. Obviously, the offensive line was on fire. All the guys who were trying to assist him. But you know who else was? The play caller. Because his ego totally got out of the way. And he kept calling the plays that were working over and over. And they really didn't stop him.
Now the challenge, can they duplicate it? The big gainer there on the catch and run, 37 yards.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line. And we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a look.
And this is taken in at the 5. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A gain of 32 that time.
This defense is definitely reeling a little bit now. Back-to-back big plays given up, and you know that's all defenses talk about. How do you limit that? Instead, they got hit by a 1-2 punch those last couple of plays, and now they've got their backs to the goal line.
And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. And they'll run it here. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. So here we go on a 3rd and goal. This Lions defense, they haven't broken yet. They'll try and run, Walker. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Ken Walker
His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Seahawks will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. So the second down run didn't work. They run it again on third down and get in. I wasn't sure if they might pass it, Charles. We know that they like to mix it up down here around the goal line.
Yeah, almost felt like the offensive line said, forget mixing it up. Let's call our favorite running play over our best blockers, and let's get this one in.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. No run back here for Raymond. This will be a touchback. So the Lions offense ready to go back out onto the field. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. To Montgomery to begin the drive. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner. Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Goff. That's going to be caught by Josh Reynolds. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Completing it here to Marvin Jones. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter action now from Detroit, and it's the homestanding Lions who have the football. Now this offense hoping to avoid the 0-2 start. Now they trail, but they've got a 1st and 10 here. They'll try the middle with Montgomery. And he's got it to about the 40.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
On 2nd down, here's Goff. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
And he's only hit on 2 of his first 6 passes. Time for a quick quarterback regroup here with a big 3rd down coming up.
And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Goff. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. The safety blitz turns out to be a great call defensively as they sack him for a loss of 9. These strong safeties, some people may not realize it. It's really like an extra linebacker, right?
It really is, because they're hybrids. Half linebacker, half defensive back. The linebacker in him on that play emerged.
Jack Fox out to punt here on 4th down. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this one goes angling out of bounds, and it will be spotted inside the 30-yard line. Back out now comes Kenneth Walker and the Seattle offense. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And he'll get this to about the 34, a gain of just 3.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature and make sure you don't get hurt.
Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. Back deep, Khalif Raymond. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Pulled in at the 24. 7 yards on the return after a punt of 39. And the Lions will take over. And Detroit getting set to go now. The results for them so far not that great. Well, not good at all. 3 drives, 3 punts.
Yeah, and now what you're doing is you're looking at your play sheet. You're trying to figure out what you're going against defensively. I wonder, are they showing them something they haven't seen or anticipated in practice, and maybe that's throwing them off? Or do they just have to go to a different play calling section and try and run some offense that way?
They run on first down as they're able to get this forward for about 4.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
Go tonight. Hey, kill.
First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Yes, indeed. That play there, that reminds me of some of the guys that I played with that have that suddenness, able to get into the backfield almost about the time the ball snapped and make a play. How about that tackle for a loss?
Absolutely. He did a lot of that last week when he was named the NFC Defensive Player of the Week. One of the guys on the team would say, hey, yeah, we called him the disruptor, and that's carrying forward again.
Makes sense, doesn't it? We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line, well short of the first. On 4th down, Jack Fox on to punt for Detroit. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. Kenneth Walker headed back out there. The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they've realized that they've established the run pretty well, and teams are going to key on that. They thought they could open it up and have success through the air, and that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, they've had success at least so far here in the second quarter. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on first down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
They'll try again from the 20 on 2nd and 10. Now Geno. Catch is made by Metcalf. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Walker now on 1st and 10. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. The Seahawks at 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1. And they were able to take care of business in front of the home crowd last week.
Yeah, it's always nice to get that opener at home, but now things get a little bit tougher. The good thing for them, though, is they take a little extra confidence with them when they head out on the road.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
The name of the game is always on defense, put pressure on the quarterback, and that's exactly what they've done today. It looks like they've got him a little bit rattled. That would have been the 2nd interception in the first half.
The offense on 3rd down, they've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Throwing now is Geno. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Detroit's offense ready to take over. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. We'll get a look here at the Seahawks picks from the 2023 draft. They were one of 4 teams to make a pair of first-round selections this year. And the general consensus, CD, they did pretty darn well with both of them.
I'll say, partner, and also say this. Seattle, we're used to seeing them have size in their corners.
In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Credit that to the former Texas Longhorn, Joseph Osai, who got in there.
And looky there, Charles, just acquired, already making an impact on the defensive side of the football.
Maybe not a superstar, but he does a few things well, and I think they'll emphasize that in his new role with this team.
Here comes the Lions punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. So here are the Seahawks ready to take over on offense. They've got the lead right now in this ball game, and they got the victory last week against the Rams, so some good momentum as they come up 1st and 10.
And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted.
Smith, an incomplete pass on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Geno now to throw. Left side here taken in by Metcalf. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A gain there of 21 yards.
Metcalf with the 1st down, still without a doubt, one of the toughest assignments in the NFL with his size and speed. A 1,000-yard season for him and an absolute nightmare for any corner who matches up with him.
Now Geno on 1st down. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Buying time to his left. Short throw to Disley. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down.
They talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a 1st down.
On 1st and 10, Smith. Touchdown, Seahawks.
Jackson Smith-Njigba.
His first NFL reception goes for 6.
And the Seahawks go up by 2 touchdowns. Well, this offensive unit, yeah, they were solid in the opening week victory, and now they are looking just as sharp here in week 2.
And that's exactly what you want, too, because you want to get better each and every week and really ramp up as the season goes on. I know it's still early in the season and a lot can happen, but this offense, they look like they're going to be fun to watch each and every time out.
Myers connects on the PAT, and that'll make the score 14-0. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
And it'll come out to the 25 as Raymond will elect not to bring it out.
Here's the Lion offense now as they get ready to take over. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive, but at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer, and make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay.
Off play action. Here's Goff.
And this one nearly picked off. Yeah, kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's second down. Now Montgomery, he's got it on the draw. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Goff now to throw. They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. And they can't bring him down. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 11 yards there and a Lion first down.
And this pass rush has really been bringing the heat and has already gotten home a few times here in the first half. So how about the play call there? Sometimes if you can't protect, you've got to fool them. Screen passes like that can take a little steam out of what's been a relentless rush so far.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. Here's Goff. A quick throw there is incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Now inside the 25. He's got the first down and then some. And he's going to be out of bounds here all the way down inside the 10. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. To the air again. Goff. And in for the Lions touchdown. Josh Reynolds from 6 yards away. And the Lions are on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that'll make our score 14-7. And Patterson back out there to send this one away. Taken at the goal line. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Seahawks going to take over now late in this first half. And with a 14-7 lead, they might just be happy to take this thing on into the tunnel. Just over 30 seconds to go in the half. They've got it 1st and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
And they're not going to go quietly into this halftime break. They know they're in for a fight, so they're trying to make every possession count. They took the big shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
Now a play fake, and it's Smith. He'll buy some time right. To the right side and complete to Metcalf. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. He was out there waving his arms. When you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Here's Michael Dixon now to punt. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. A 40-yard punt, 5 yards on the return. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. We'll start up at Highmark Stadium, just outside of Buffalo. And that's been a back-and-forth game, all tied in the second quarter. Next, we head down to Houston to check on the Texans at home at NRG Stadium. And you can see there it's the visiting Colts who have the lead in that one. The Colts needing to hold on and win this one on the road to avoid falling to 0-2. Lastly, we head to the Gulf Coast and check on the Bucs at home in Tampa. As you can see the score there in the second quarter. The Bucs' new quarterback for 2023, Baker Mayfield, with 2 touchdown passes. It was a strong first half for the former Spartan, Kenneth Walker. He had a touchdown run that helped get his guys this halftime lead. We were certainly treated to an entertaining first half. Both these teams with some high points and maybe a couple of low points as well. So it's going to be a question of who can be the most disciplined team going forward.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point.
The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. Oh, a good-looking return set up here.
Dwayne Eskridge.
He will score. Touchdown, Seahawks. And you've used the phrase with me before, pressing the kicking game. What exactly does that mean? Because they did it there.
It means focusing on it, all aspects of it, because it's the third part of the game. Offense, defense, special teams. If you press the kicking game, create an advantage, make a big play, it often leads to victory.
Now Myers for the extra point. It's good, and it is now 21-7. Well, we talk a lot about explosive plays on offense. How about an explosive play on special teams? Certainly one there on the kick return for a touchdown. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw.
And we will not see an attempt to match that return touchdown, as this will be a touchback and bring it out to the 25.
So we get a look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half.
And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Montgomery on the counter. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. They'll get 4 on second down, but it leaves them with 3rd and still 9 to go.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass, but in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU. Well done.
Looks like another empty possession offensively, and you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
Now it's Lockett. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. So a change of possession here on the punt. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. Running left is Walker.
And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
If you're looking for glory, looking to get your name in the headlines, you do not want to play nose tackle. But how about what we just saw there? The ability to hold people up, take on extra blocks, and actually slip them and make a tackle on that play. That's big time.
Not much there. Maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
On third down, here's Walker.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a fourth down. No luck whatsoever there on the draw.
Yeah, they're supposed to use their aggressiveness against them. That was the hope. But maybe they had too big of a meal last night. A half step slow, and he ends up running right into the meat of the defense.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll punt it away for the fourth time today. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field.
And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
It'll be a gain of 5, and that will bring up second down. A give to Montgomery out of the gun.
57 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
First down, they run again. Here's Montgomery. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play.
Second down and a little more than a yard here.
Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff. And that is incomplete.
Whether that's a little grabbing, a little hand fighting, by any means necessary on 3rd down, he was able to get the job done in the secondary and swat that one away.
Here comes the Lions punter now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line.
Now Smith and the Seahawks going to come up 1st and 10
at their own 19-yard line. On play action, they'll throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple. Off of play action. Here's Smith. He lets it fly for Lockett. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. They'll fake it. Now Smith. He'll find Metcalf. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure.
He's got a man. Complete. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. DK Metcalf, 31 yards.
And the Seahawks take a 3-touchdown lead.
And they use that height on the outside to get the score.
We've seen the evolution of the wide receivers. They've gotten taller and taller, but they've retained their quickness and their speed. It's a lethal combination.
Always good to have wide receivers with height. The extra point now coming from Myers. He knocks it through. It's 28-7. So the drive there, 5 plays, 80 yards. And it's DK Metcalf who finishes things off with a touchdown reception. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. No run back here for Raymond. This will be a touchback. And Detroit getting set to go now. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Gone. Caught by Montgomery. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. To throw is Goff. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, it just can't get off the ground. And that play, it wound up losing yardage.
And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away. Returnable for Lockett. 8 yards on the return following a punt of 41. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Get a look at DK Metcalf as this offense returns to the field. Seems like the measuring stick for a receiver for a great game is 100 yards. Well, he's well past that now.
And as we analyze how he's getting him, that's where it really becomes fun because, let's face it, they keep sending coverage at him, keep trying to put the pressure on, yet he finds ways downfield and finds openings. That's a really crafty receiver.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Well, now hang on here because he appears to be shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And he stopped immediately there. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. Back now at Ford Field. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4.
There we go.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. They're looking at 3rd and the nose of the football. They're going right back to Walker. And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. Now a draw play. It's Walker. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. But it looks like one of the DBs has it. He has been a workhorse for them in this game, and ball security hasn't been an issue until that point.
Yeah, and let's face it, when he's going to carry the ball that many times, he becomes more and more of a target for the defense, knowing that he's going to be the primary guy. They'll just send more and more players towards him, trying to make sure they knock the ball free.
The Lions offense set to... And the fumble recovery was an important first step, but still... Fourth quarter hole to dig out of. Down 3 scores. Now the Seahawks. The first of their timeouts. Pete Carroll none too pleased with that last call. He's going to throw out the challenge flag. And we'll get a moment here as they look this one over.
Yeah, remember now, the call on the field is what they'll stick with unless they have clear video evidence to the contrary. And I give these officials a lot of credit. Such a tough and demanding job. You and I both know that. Yeah, they make the right call way more often than they get it wrong.
So the challenge there not successful, and now they'll be left with only one timeout. Following the fumble recovery, Goff. That's taken in, complete to Reynolds. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Second down and 6 now. Back to throw, Goff. A throw out wide, going to be incomplete. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. The Lions on third down. Just a 20% success rate at 2 of 10. This will be 3rd and 6. Going up the gut, Montgomery. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. This run defense has been pretty stout all game long. Now you're here in the 4th quarter. Just rely more on the passing attack.
I don't think you have any choice, and I don't think you have to dress it up at all either. Throughout the first 3 quarters, you're still trying to convince the defense that you may run the football. That's out the window right now. Protect, let your quarterback operate, and try and find some targets in the open field downfield.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Lions turned away on 4th down. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. Doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Back to Walker on 1st down. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. They'll try for the first with Walker. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. It's a 1st down following a gain of 3. Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps, because they're doing exactly what you just described, manhandling the defensive front. They've got the leverage, they are powering through, and they're controlling this game.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. And Walker once more. Down right around the 25.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. 7th play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8. Straight ahead, Walker. And they're going to stop him short of the first down as he's tackled at about the 21. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down. Now here's Jason Myers. He gets set for the Seahawk field goal. This will be, let's see, 38 yards out. Myers' kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so that you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And it'll come out to the 25 as Raymond will elect not to bring it out. And Detroit back in possession of the football. And a drive that stalled out last time. Went for it on 4th, didn't get it. How does that translate here? I would imagine momentum's with the defense.
Definitely with the defense, because anytime anyone goes for it on 4th down, that's telling you as a defense that you can't stop us. We don't think that you can. And when you actually do, that may put a little dent in the confidence of the offense the next time they hit the field.
Yeah, we'll see if they can bring that pride, the offense, this go-around. On 1st and 10, Goff. He'll get this underneath to Montgomery. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Over the middle and take it in by Laporta. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 33. The Lions passing game in sync now. They've got another first down. Throwing again is Goff. This is caught by Williams. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. A yard all they need, but it's 3rd down. Goff. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Goff now looks to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Montgomery. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards.
And good yardage there on first down, because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the...
Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sack back around the 8. Call it a loss of 5, a big sack to bring up 3rd down.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game. And a nice play there defensively. And this is a new acquisition, Charles. You and I were talking about it pregame. Just signed as a free agent earlier this week.
Love when they pick up those guys with something to prove, because any guy who's a free agent off the street, no one else wanted him. So he wants to prove to the rest of the league, you should have signed me first.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with a football. Here's Walker to start the drive.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Hey, here we go, hey.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today.
2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down.
And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain, and it leaves him looking at a 4th down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th.
They'll run for it. It's Walker.
And he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. The Seahawks go for it but can't convert. And the Lions will get the football back in terrific field position. One last throw here for Goff. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now on this game.
So the victory here for Seattle. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for the Seahawks, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one.